Overnight, police converged on a house in the main strip, just off the main strip of Porepunkah here, where the reports are that Freeman's wife was staying in one of these houses and she came out of that home with her child and left with police. This is Wayne Flower from the Daily Mail. I am on the outskirts of Porepunkah, where the hunt for Dezi Freeman continues into day 4. I'm standing in the background is where the Freeman compound is and where most of the activity has been centred on over the last few days. At the moment, it's just before 9 a.m. here. The police have been on the roads. They've been out here with dogs. There's a helicopter has landed in the paddock just behind me, a little bit down the road. But there's been some interesting developments. Police yesterday, all they would say about Freeman's wife is that she was talking to police. They haven't gone so far as to say that she's cooperating, but we can only hope that she is cooperating with police. At the minute, whatever she does know doesn't seem to have given them any insight into where Freeman is hiding, because he remains at large. Yesterday, police were seen throwing flashbang grenades into a shed or something out there. They raided another house on the opposite side of the valley here. Guns out. We're checking out a shed. Again, Freeman wasn't there, but maybe false alarm. We can also say that overnight, a gentleman who was living in that compound with Freeman has spoken. He's advised Freeman to surrender.
To Dezi, do the right thing for your family.
He said they've been unable to get up to that property since this all happened, since Freeman allegedly gunned down those 2 officers. They say there's a couple of cats still in that property, and they were hoping to get there to feed those cats. So, yeah, we don't know what's going on there, but more developments have come to light about Freeman's radical thoughts and his radical beliefs, this sovereign citizen ideology he has, his hatred of police. He was on a podcast.
Freeman's the name, freedom's my game.
Damn right.
Anyway, they picked the wrong person to mess with, and I think they're finding that out. The government can come in and police can come in and raid your fridge and cook your dog if you let them.
Yeah.
If you give them consent. We've got these fake leaders like ScoMo and all these losers, these criminals. They're ScoMo and all the rest of them, no matter what political party they are, it's the same criminal organisation.
He made some pretty clear threats to police to not mess with him, and we now know tragically that wasn't just talk. He wasn't kidding around, because he allegedly had a homemade shotgun and of course has killed those 2 officers. What we can say about Marley Freeman, Dezi's wife, is that, you know, she knew her husband had some extreme views. Everyone who knew Freeman knew that he had some extreme views about police. She had some fringe sort of views as well. She was against vaccinations. She was homeschooling the kids. But, you know, when it came to violence against police, she drew the line. She wanted nothing to do with that sort of extreme behaviour. She's on the record saying what has unfolded now has absolutely horrified her. She's now terrified at what might happen next, because she knows that her husband is a man who will not give up without a fight. She knows there's allegedly been 2 people killed. She knows there may be more deaths. That one could be her husband. The weather here is extreme. You probably can see now, it's belting down rain. The forecast over the weekend is probably for snow in the higher ground in the mountains. Down here, look, it's going to get extremely wet. Freeman will need to be bunkered down himself to survive these conditions, because they are horrendous, and only someone who is fully trained will be able to endure what is going to come over the weekend. So, we wait and see. We'll have people on the ground here all weekend to keep everyone updated.